Welcome, everyone. Today, we will dive deep into the incredible story of one of the most powerful, dangerous, and unforgettable figures in human history, Genghis Khan. His name alone sent shivers down the spines of kings, warriors, and entire empires. Wherever his army marched, fear and destruction followed. He built the largest empire the world has ever seen, and he did so through blood, iron, and an unshakable will. But such power came at a massive cost. Historians estimate that Genghis Khan was responsible for over 40 million deaths: men, women, children, even animals. Entire cities vanished. Civilizations disappeared. Yet behind this destruction lies the story of a poor boy born into hardship, who rose to become the ruler of half the known world. Through this story, you will improve your vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. Listen carefully, read aloud if you can, and let's begin. Our story begins in 1162 in the endless cold steppes of Mongolia. Life there was incredibly harsh. There were no cities, no schools, and no doctors. Families lived in small felt tents called girs and traveled from place to place in search of food and safety. The winters were brutal. Temperatures could drop so low that rivers froze solid and animals died in the snow. In this unforgiving land, a baby was born. His name was Temujin. His father, Yasuge, was a tribal chief, a fierce and respected warrior. When Temujin was born, Yasuge had just won a battle against an enemy named Temujin Uge. In a strange twist of tradition, he named his newborn son after the defeated enemy, perhaps to show that the child would carry strength and dominance from birth. But life did not start gently for Temujin. He was born into conflict, into a world where survival was a daily struggle. As a child, he lived in a cramped tent with his mother, 3 brothers, a sister, and a half-brother. Food was scarce. They survived on wild meat, fermented horse milk, and anything they could find in the wild. From the very beginning, Temujin learned the brutal rule of the steppe. If you were strong, you lead. If you were weak, you die. When Temujin was around 9 years old, disaster struck. His father was poisoned by members of a rival tribe. After accepting food from them, he fell to the ground, bleeding and gasping for air. Before his final breath, he looked into Temujin's eyes and said, "Be strong, my son. Never trust too easily. The world is cruel to the Ak." At age 15, Temujin was captured by another tribe. They put him in wooden shackles and treated him like a slave, but he was clever. He watched, waited, and when the moment came, he escaped. Risk barefoot, wounded, and freezing, he ran through the dark Mongolian night. He returned home and swore, "I will never be weak again. I will build my own power." He began building alliances. One day, he met Jamuka, a bold and intelligent warrior. They became blood brothers, a sacred bond of loyalty in Mongol culture. They hunted together, fought together, and shared dreams of uniting the Mongol tribes. When Temujin was 16, he married Bort, a wise and courageous woman. She believed deeply in Temujin's destiny, but peace didn't last long. A rival tribe attacked and kidnapped Bort. Temujin was devastated. He turned to Jamuka and an older leader, Toghrul Khan, for help. Together, they raised an army of 20,000 warriors, defeated the enemy, and rescued. She was pregnant. Temujin didn't know if the child was his, but he embraced the baby as his own. Temujin's fame spread, and so did the jealousy. Jamuka, once his brother, became his rival. Temujin believed in promoting soldiers based on merit. Jamuka believed only nobles should lead. This divide grew deeper until, in 1186, their armies faced off. Jamuka had more warriors, but Temujin had discipline. Yet in the end, Jamuka won that battle. He captured thousands of Temujin's men and tortured them cruelly. he burned them alive and broke their bones. This horror shocked many. People began leaving Jamukha and secretly joining Temujin. Temujin learned from this defeat. He reorganized his army. Loyalty came before bloodline. Skill mattered more than he divided his army into groups of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000, creating a machine of war. He emphasized speed, strategy, and unity. When they clashed again years later, Temujin won. Jamukha was captured, but Temujin did not seek revenge. He offered him mercy, a quick, honorable death. This decision showed he was not just a warrior. He was in 1206, the Mongol tribes held a great meeting. All agreed that Temujin should become their supreme leader. They gave him a new title, Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. After Genghis Khan's death, his grandsons became important rulers. Kublai Khan established the Yuan dynasty in becoming the first Mongol emperor to rule over the Chinese people. Though the Mongol conquests brought destruction, they also created opportunities for cultural exchange. Ideas, inventions, and technologies spread along the Silk Road under Mongol protection. Paper money, gunpowder, and printing techniques traveled between East and West. Scholars, merchants, and travelers moved more freely, shaping the future of many civilizations. Genghis Khan understood the importance of trade. He protected the Silk Road, the ancient network of trade routes linking Asia and Europe. This protection allowed merchants to travel safely, carrying goods like silk, spices, and precious metals. The Silk Road under Mongol rule became a highway for commerce and communication that boosted economies across continents. Genghis Khan was known for his religious tolerance. He allowed people within his empire to follow their own faiths freely. Buddhists, Muslims, Christians, and others lived under Mongol rule without fear of persecution. This policy helped maintain peace in a vast and diverse empire, earning him respect from many religious leaders. The Mongol Empire brought order to a chaotic world. Genghis Khan's laws, military organization, and vision united tribes and kingdoms that had fought for centuries. He created a world where trade flourished, ideas spread, and cultures blended. Despite his violent methods, he was a builder of empires, not just a destroyer. Temujin started life with almost nothing: no gold, no palace, no army. He was betrayed, hunted, and nearly starved. But he never gave up. Through courage, wisdom, and relentless ambition, he rose to become one of the greatest rulers the world has ever known. His story shows that no matter how dark your beginning, your ending can be legendary. Genghis Khan's ambition drove him forward. He dreamed of uniting the world and achieving greatness. This ambition pushed him to overcome obstacles and enemies. It teaches us that having a strong goal and determination can change the course of history. The life of Genghis Khan offers many lessons. It teaches about leadership, strategy, and the cost of power. It reminds us that history is complex, filled with heroes and villains. By learning from the past, we can better understand the present and shape the future. By learning from the past, we can better understand the present and shape the future. Stories like Genghis Khan's help us improve language skills and knowledge. Listening, reading, and repeating these tales expand vocabulary and grammar naturally. Keep practicing by exploring more stories from history and around the world. If you enjoyed this powerful story and want to continue learning English through more inspiring tales, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Your support helps bring more educational content. See you in the next